Hey, ladies, welcome to our fourth day of 5 days of our sugar detox program together. I'm super excited to have you all here again. I hope I'm streaming live on Facebook. I'm doing this via Zoom, so just want to make sure that we are good to go. But welcome again. My name is Cynthia Ray. I'm a registered dietitian. I'm a fitness specialist with the American College of Sports Medicine, and I am passionate about teaching all of you women over age 40 about wellness, about how to break through weight loss plateaus, weight loss barriers, even if hormones you feel like are getting in the way. I'm passionate about helping you get there, as well as managing your relationship with sugar and redefining it and being able to enjoy it again in your life without feeling like you're a slave to it. So this week I am talking about sugar detoxing, and I'm doing a little 5-day boot camp to give you some information, inspiration, and get excited about how easy it can be to actually detox sugar and some good reasons why you may need to do this in your life. So welcome again. So again, this is day 4. Today I'm going to be talking about time-tested strategies for completing a sugar detox. So there are several things that you can do. Mainly, we're going to be talking about your food and your mood, making sure you get plenty of sleep, and making sure you have a balanced diet, and making sure that you are planning ahead for success. So those are some of the top things we're going to be talking about today. Before we get started, I just want to remind you all that this particular 5-day bootcamp sugar detox challenge is actually a little precursor. It's a way to get you started with sugar detoxing, so we can jump in this coming Monday into the full 21-day sugar detox. We're going to be using my book, The 21-Day Sugar Detox, The Fast Track to Crushing Cravings, Lose Weight, and Feel Better Now. So in this book, I've outlined day to day for a full 21 days, exactly how to do this and leave this challenge feeling completely successful, feeling like you can crush cravings and feel better now. And managing your relationship with sugar in your life. We're going to talk about emotions, emotional aspects, physical aspects, and nutritional aspects, spiritual aspects as well. It's set up as a 21-day guide and devotional, which includes scripture and prayer in here to take your healing and recovery from sugar and your relationship with sugar to the next level. So I'm looking forward to this. If you want to join us, you can grab the book at my website. It's 21dayswithoutsugar.com. You can pick it up on Amazon. I would just go to my website, 21dayswithoutsugar.com, and find it, because if you go on Amazon, there's a million sugar detox books. But just go to my website, 21dayswithoutsugar.com, grab a copy there, download your meal plan for this, download your sugar detox guide, and also your sweet treat alternatives guide, to have some great tools and resources as we jump in this together. This is going to be starting on Monday. It's going to be a group. It's $17 to join. And we're going to be going through the book day to day, kind of like a support group book devotional. I'm going to be your primary coach in the group, and I'm excited to share with you along in your journey as you conquer sugar cravings and your relationship with sugar overall. We're going to be meeting in a private Facebook group. So that'll be a separate group from this one. Once you join, I will send you the link on how to join us in that private group, and we'll go from there. So I'll post a link to this group for Monday within this video once I'm done with it. And yeah, get excited for big things. So if you haven't been able to attend all of these live videos, that's okay. All of these videos are stored in our Facebook group. It's I'll send you the link to that as well if you need that. But you will find days 1, 2, and 3 in the group. Also on my YouTube channel, you can find me on YouTube, Cynthia A. Ray, registered dietitian on YouTube, and you can find the videos there. But you can go back and watch those if you've missed anything, and then come back to this one, or just watch live now. If you're watching live, if you're watching this recording, feel free to comment. As if you're watching it live, ask questions here in the comments, and I'll get back to you on all of those questions. So let's go ahead and dive in. Welcome to my live. If you're here on live right now, let me know who you are, where you are coming from, and kind of a little bit about if you watched yesterday's video, what you learned about and what really spoke to you about hunger hormones and how to balance those out so you are conquering those sugar cravings. So if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. Otherwise, if you have, let me know. What did you really take away from yesterday, and how has that helped you in this process this week? So comment below, let me know where you're from, and let me know what you learned from last week, or from yesterday's session on day 3. Okay, welcome. And so let's go ahead and dive into time-tested strategies. If you have any questions when I'm done with my educational piece, go ahead and write those in the comments, and I'll review those once we're done. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. So time-tested strategies for completing a sugar detox. So of course, sugar detoxing is not always easy. Rarely is it easy if it's something you've been struggling with. But I'm going to give you a few time-tested strategies that I have learned myself and have taught my groups over the past 15 to 20 years of how to do this. So there are some simple things you could do. The first thing you want to make sure that you're doing is that you are identifying your emotions and change your habits. So many times we can struggle with emotions and sugar, and use sugar as a drug to help us to feel a little bit better in the moment. If you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling tired, overly hungry. I talked about this yesterday in yesterday's video, but those are the primary reasons why, emotional reasons why you might run to sugar or to overeating. So if you're too hungry, too angry, too lonely, too tired, it's HALT or halt, and you're just not feeling great, those are the common emotions you're going to be experiencing. So you'll find those in yesterday's video. If you didn't watch it already, I'll talk more about that in detail. So definitely, so food can affect our mood. Food can act as a drug. So I'm going to go over with you some of the ways that that can happen. So it can allow you to feel soothed. It can allow you to feel relaxed. It can allow you to feel calm, and it can also allow you to feel energized. So the most interesting thing that I thought I usually share with my clients, and I think is pretty cool, is that the first thing you want to do, if you're not sure what emotions you're feeling, is to identify the texture of food that you go to when you're eating emotionally, or when you're not particularly hungry, or if you're just going to sugar. So if you want to look at, is this food sweet, or is it creamy? Is it crunchy? Is it salty? Is it savory? What kinds of foods? Is it warm and creamy? Is it cold and creamy? Is it sweet and cold? What is the texture of the food that you normally go to when you are feeling like you're emotionally eating, or you're eating when you're not hungry per se? So sweet and creamy foods actually tend to elevate our levels of oxytocin. And these are those comfort foods that people usually talk about. So comfort foods, like mashed potatoes, warm creamy soup, even ice cream or cake. Obviously those aren't warm, but they're creamy foods that provide comfort. Oxytocin is that hormone that makes you feel loved, makes you feel connected, makes you feel warm and cozy. And then it also increases dopamine levels, which promote a positive mood or an event. So you're gonna feel, after you eat these creamy foods, you're gonna feel comforted, you're gonna feel the oxytocin release, you're gonna feel that dopamine, so you're feeling more positive. So it really does, in the moment, help you feel better. There is a component to that. That's why it's so easy to want to go to, but it's not helping in the long run, right? Especially if you feel like you're not able to manage your emotions without food, and you have to use food to do that. And then also promoting weight gain in the process. So, or tooth decay, or just feeling blah, not feeling your best because your energy's low, and you just feel like you have brain fog, and you're feeling bloated, or you're having abdominal issues, or digestive gut issues, or even maybe a rash. Or I know for me, I was having some breakouts when my body starts to when I'm craving sugar and I'm eating it. I'm just not feeling my best. So just know that. So I'm going to help you through the next level in just a moment. But I just want to explain to you some of these hormones that are being elevated when you are feeling a certain way, and then after eating certain types of food, it's going to help your mood. So oxytocin, like I said before, gives you that cozy connection and loving feeling. People who are low on brain oxytocin usually have trouble bonding or making loving connections with other people. And they may look for ways to increase levels of oxytocin, especially by eating sweet carbohydrates. Um, or they may even struggle with an abuse or overuse of an addictive substance because they aren't getting enough social interaction from others that they need to increase those natural oxytocin levels. So it's that bonding and connection that we need more of, not necessarily needing food, but that bonding connection with other people in order to get that oxytocin level up and not and decrease cravings for sweet, creamy, or warm, creamy foods. And then dopamine is the reward center in our brain. It's for survival. And what dopamine does is it actually shows us that if there are bitter, pungent tasting foods, that they don't taste good, right, naturally. However, sweet foods are great for survival because when you have something sweet, it tastes really good. It's something that you want to go for, and it's a great energy source and immediate fuel for our bodies. We actually digest and absorb carbohydrates immediately in our mouths. Protein and fat do not have that, and we don't have an enzyme in our mouth to digest protein and fat, just carbohydrates. So once you eat something sweet, you're going to get that great feeling immediately. You're going to get that dopamine reward center. But when you're eating foods that are bitter and pungent and don't taste great, you're not going to get that same reward from eating those types of foods. So when you're eating something sweet, you're going to get that dopamine fix. You're going to get that dopamine reward, and it's going to make it more difficult, right? However, by taking out sugar from your diet or concentrated carbohydrates from your diet for this week or for a period of time, usually between, I would say between like 7 to 10 days, really. I know even 5 you can do. We're going to start to feel like if you're taking sugar out for 7 to 10 days, depending on what's going on in your body, you're going to start to lose that desire. And that's basically because we're reversing and changing the neurological pathways, the brain chemical pathways that we've created in our brains that are wired for those reward centers. When you're not having the sugar, that those reward centers start to break down and you won't be craving it as much anymore, which is really cool. So these nerves basically, once you rewire your brain, put the brakes on for cravings, and instead they release a chemical called GABA, GABA, which produce a calming effect. So I know that's a lot of brain stuff, but just know that once you take sugar out of your diet for 5, 7, 10 days, depending again on where you're at, before you start and how long it takes, your brain will reverse your desire and you're not going to be craving it as much anymore. Okay, hope that helps. Okay, the other thing too is you want to also intake omega-3 fatty acids. They can also be found in fish oil and nuts and seeds, and they protect your brain and can boost brain chemicals needed during this process. So omega-3 fats are really great. You can take it supplementally, or you can just eat a little extra of it in your diet to get that effect. And then salty and crunchy. So salty and crunchy foods also create a brain effect. When people are stressed, they tend to look for salty and crunchy, or crispy and salty, and they like that crunch and that biting into something that helps to calm your brain. It actually releases serotonin and creates a calming effect in your brain. So these same people usually crave salty and crunchy, not necessarily sweet and creamy. They can also crave savory and creamy, like warm soups, things like that, which also create a calming effect. So whether you're sweet or creamy, salty, crunchy, you're still getting that same release of brain chemicals to help to calm you down and help you feel better. That it's interesting. I found a research article with a quote that said, "The experience of eating a potato chip or a cracker is relaxing and gives us a feeling of well-being that's intense enough to reduce stress." So the experience of eating a potato chip or even a cracker, just that crunch, gives us a feeling of well-being that's intense enough to reduce stress in your life. So obviously food can act as a drug. It truly does change brain chemistry. However, if you're using food to manage emotions, you're going to have a negative side effect, right? you're gonna have weight gain, you're gonna feel low energy, you feel bloated, you're gonna have some skin issues, maybe you might not be sleeping well. It's just gonna decrease your quality of life. So initially it works, but in the long run it doesn't. So in the end, what you want to do, in yesterday's video, I talked about emotions and handling emotional eating. Go back to that video, take a look and see what I saw, what I shared there, and see what tips I gave you on how to conquer these emotions instead of using food to manage your feelings and emotions. All right, let's talk about step two. So strategy number two is balanced nutrition. So you might as well eat healthy food. I know I would say probably all of you know what to do, right? I explained it a couple days ago on the nutrition section on balancing out your diet. We know what to do. We understand what to do. It's just a matter of doing it, right? So the truth is, the days are going to go by anyway. So you might as well start doing it and get rid of the sugar, add in those healthy fats, add in moderate amounts of healthy protein, and then lower amount of carbohydrates to keep your blood sugar stable and just feel better. Making sure to get in plenty of veggies and moderate amounts of fruit for your overall well-being. You're just going to feel better overall. And I know we all know this, but I just have to say it because it's super important, and it's going to be your ticket to detoxing sugar and just feeling better overall. So of course you want to eat foods that help to fight inflammation, balance your hormones, remove harmful overgrowth of bacteria such as candida or yeast, and promote healthy and clearer skin, balanced energy, and promote longevity. So I know the first 5 to 7 days of a sugar detox can be challenging, but it's important that you withdraw from it for that amount of time so that way you can reverse your body's natural tendency to want to go for that, whether it's your gut memory wanting to get more sugar, or whether it's an emotional memory or a good memory of enjoying sweet treats with family during special celebrations. It's important that you just stop eating sugary things, or processed food for at least 5 to 7 days, even up to 10 days, so that you can get reset and reduce your cravings for sugar overall. All right, so balanced nutrition is key. The third strategy is to get good sleep. You want to have good sleep because good sleep helps to promote rational thinking, which reduces cravings and inhibits the hormone I talked about yesterday, ghrelin, which stimulates hunger. So if you're getting good quality of sleep, that hunger hormone is going to naturally go down, and you'll be able to think more rationally and more clearly when you're well rested. So I would say at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Good quality sleep. If you need a little extra help with falling asleep, I would recommend taking a couple capsules of magnesium before bed, or having a great sleep routine. In my 21-day sugar detox book, I have a whole chapter and lesson on how to get quality sleep to reduce your sugar craving. So if you haven't grabbed a copy, again, here it is. Grab a copy, 21dayswithoutsugar.com, and you'll get all those great details about how to do this. Okay, strategy 4, the last strategy, is meal planning and preparation. So it's really key to have a plan in place before you start doing something new. Have a strategy in place before you start doing something new. Because how many times do we have an idea in mind, like, okay, I'm going to detox sugar for the next 5 days. Okay, great. Then you're thinking in your mind, okay, I'm going to just do that. But if you don't have a detailed strategy in place, or a plan in place, or a meal plan, or the groceries in your pantry and in your fridge that you actually need, and you plan out the night before what you need to be doing the next day, the likelihood of it actually happening is very low. So super, super important. And my last strategy is to have a meal plan in place, to have preparation in place, to make sure that you get those groceries in your fridge and in your pantry. So what I like to say is, pick one day of the week. I like to say Friday. So on Friday, create your grocery list and check and see what you have in your fridge for the next week, and have it all written down, write it out, put it on your phone, whatever you need to do. Obviously, look at the meal plan first, then create your grocery list for the following week. On Saturday morning, do your grocery shopping. I even like to do my grocery shopping online. I'll go up to my local grocery store's website, order my groceries there, and then they'll have them ready for me to pick up. I don't within a certain period of time, usually an hour or two later. So that's helpful for me because it makes it really easy. Not all areas have that available, but if you do, that's a really great option. Um, Go to the grocery store on Saturday. Saturday morning is great because nobody's really at the store on Saturday morning. Get your grocery shopping done, have it all in your fridge ready to go. And then on Sunday, you can do some food prep if you need to chop some veggies, prep a salad, cook some sweet potatoes, cook some extra meat to have in the fridge ready to just grab and go. But when you have all these things in place, it makes it so much easier. And I'm sure some of you have tried that before and it was amazing and fantastic, but it was just really hard to stick with. But this week, we're going to jump back into that again. And if you haven't done it already, I highly encourage you to do that. So make your grocery list, grab your meal plan, make your grocery list on Friday. You can order your groceries or pick them up on Saturday morning. Then Sunday, if you have a moment, go ahead and do some meal prep. And then on Monday, you're ready to go. If you already have a plan in place and you're all set. So those are my 4 tips today. So conquering those emotions, being aware of emotional eating and how food affects your emotions, getting plenty of sleep, having a balanced diet, and then being prepared in advance before you start anything new, even with exercise. Have a plan in place the night before you go to bed, and think about, okay, what am I going to be doing tomorrow? And what foods I need to prepare for myself for the next day. So again, this is outlined each chapter. Each of these strategies is outlined in each chapter of my book, and you can get a lot of great detail there and accountability and affirmation and everything. So today's affirmation, as I wrap this up, is I am an overcomer and I'm excited about what God is doing in my life because of it. So you can say to yourself, this is true, I am an overcomer and I'm excited about what God is doing in my life because of this, because of the changes I'm making in my life this week, because of things I'm committing to make my quality of life better, not just for my glory, but for God's glory, that He can be glorified by the way I'm taking care of my body. Even if I slip up, right? That's okay. There's grace, but get back on. Just can pick up where you left off before you had to slip up and move forward. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I want to share with you today. Oh, today's homework is to share that you've completed the assignment. The assignment is what did I have for this week? Oh yeah, the assignment is to go to the grocery store, get your groceries if you haven't already. I know we did this earlier in the week, but also for today, for day 4, I'd like you to go through your pantry if you haven't already, and clean it out of any processed foods or pre-prepared foods that have a lot of chemicals and ingredients that you don't know what they are, you truly can't pronounce. Put them to the side. Take out anything that's sugary in your pantry, in your fridge or freezer. Give them away, throw them away. If you feel like it's really hard for you to throw away because other people in your home are eating those, maybe talk to them about it, or keep it and just commit to not having those things. If it's too hard for you to do that, throw it away and let them know that you'll buy them a new one. It'll be fine. So anyway, put aside those processed foods, put aside those sugary foods. If they're too tempting, throw them away, give them away, whatever you need to do. But take a picture of those foods that you cleaned out of your pantry and out of your fridge, and post it in the comment section of day 4's video, and tag me on it so I can put you in the raffle for a $5 Starbucks gift card. So I'm going to provide you with a little drink on me for doing your homework. And I think that's it. So make sure to join our group for Monday, our private group. It's $17 to join. We're going to be going through the 21-day Sugar Detox book together. I'm going to be your coach in the group, and I will put a link for that below. All right. Hope you're all doing well. Let me see if there's any questions that I might have missed. Hey, Bonnie, how are you? From Texas. I just saw that you posted here. There might be more, but sometimes Facebook doesn't let me see what's going on live. Let me check this out real quick. Okay. All right. Well, welcome, ladies. And I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow, I might be changing the time again for tomorrow's group, but I will keep you, or tomorrow's live, but I will keep you posted. and I will see you tomorrow for day 5. All right. Take care. Bye. Have a great day.